Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Maniacs Outdoor Podcast. I'm Zach, owner of Mahi Maniacs and admin of the Mahi Maniacs Facebook group. Thanks for joining. Um, I want to host these semi regular live events to introduce you to the people that help support us. And I hope you guys will make a regular thing tuning in. First, I'd like to announce that, let's see here. Let me pull it up for you guys to see. Oh, there we go. Exciting news. It's the inaugural Mahi Maniacs fishing tournament. It'll be hosted in Key Largo. May 15th is the captain's beach party, followed by the tournament on May 16th. Lines in at 7 p.m. It'll be hosted by JD Outdoor Adventures. JD Outdoor Adventures has two locations in Key Largo. This will be at their mile marker 104 location. They have a dock. They have um, an area that, or a beachfront area that will do weigh-ins and everything. It's going to be a great time for everyone. Family friendly. Um, I have my wife. She loves planning parties and events. She's going to be the mastermind behind making sure this event goes on smooth, and I'll take care of the fishing side. Um, Head on over to mahimaniacs.com to sign up, or you can scan that QR code there. But at mahimaniacs.com, you'll see a link for tournaments, and you can read more about the tournament. It's going to be awesome. We have the main tournament, which is what you get for the entry, which is the heaviest 3 mahi aggregate. We also have Calcuttas for the heaviest single mahi, heaviest tuna, the heaviest wahoo, the biggest yellowtail, and mutton snapper. You can weigh one or the other. If you got a awesome yellowtail spot, you can weigh in just your yellowtail. If you got a good mutton spot, you could really like catching mutton snapper, and the offshore bite's not good, you can go try your luck at mutton. And of course, like all tournaments, we have junior angler and female angler entries as well. Again, go to mahimaniacs.com and take advantage of the early entry. It will save you a little bit of money and help make this an awesome tournament. Um, let's see, what else do I have for you guys? So this is our first live event. Be patient with us. Sorry for the late start, working through a couple audio issues, but let us share something else with you here. There it is. Just announced today. It's on our Facebook page, Mahi Maniacs Facebook page, our business page, not the Facebook group, right? So you got to go to our business page. We did advertise it on our Facebook group, but you got to make sure you go to our Facebook business page, right? This is over $120 worth of items. Um, we'll be releasing a video later with the owner of First Do Products. He's a firefighter, and the boat soap is phenomenal. It's a ceramic boat soap, but um, I used it on our car, and it left it very shiny. And the cancel salt. This is a awesome salt neutralizer, and the giveaway is for 2 of the ceramic boat soaps, 1 gallon of canceled salt, a shirt size to whoever wins, and an inline flusher. We'll be announcing the winner live using a random comment generator. You just have to tag two friends. Follow them. First Do Products, spelled out well with the number one. First Do Products at First Do Products. Follow them. Tag a couple friends with boats, and we're going to announce it live. Now I'm going to cut to a charter captain down in the Keys, Captain Brian. Hey, Captain Brian, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yep, I got you.
All right.
So, Captain Brian, I think you're in the car now, right? You going to pick up your wife?
I haven't actually left yet. She's a little late, but I don't have video for you guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Well, thanks for taking the time and tuning in with us. Um, I wanted to get you on here because you own a couple charter boats down in Almirada. Talk to us about them.
Okay. My company is called Papa Wahoo. We actually have 5 boats, which include a 55 Hatteras Sportfish. We have a 53 Hatteras Sportfish over at Whale Harbor. I've got a Tri-Tune Sunset boat. We also have a backcountry bay boat, a 25 Sea Hunt, and then we had the Rodeo Charters bay boat as well, Captain George. Getting very busy right now. It's looking good. So
Yeah, I see
unfortunately,
you guys did pretty good the other day. Talk about that.
let's see. A couple days ago, we did a little offshore. The wahoo bites can be kind of slow. The sailfish bite's been good, but we decided that people wanted some meat fish, so we went out to the hump and we got about 20 vermilion and yellow eye snapper. There's a lot of banded rudderfish. I think we had 4 of them. One amberjack. What else we have? Then we came back inside and we looned out on yellowtail, and I think we had a couple of mangroves as well. They brought home quite a bit of fish, so they were very happy about that. We have people that pack and ship for us as well.
Okay, so that's good to hear. So people can go on the charters with you, and then you refer them to or bring the I guess the meat after you guys fillet them uh, for them to pack up, bring home with you
Yeah, some people do the hook
or
and
with
cook at
them.
the restaurants, and they bring it to the restaurant and have them cook the fish for them there. Most of the restaurants in the Keys do that now. So
Okay, I'm trying to find the. I thought I got some pictures of your vessels here, which I met up with your brother down there a few weeks ago, and I saw both your boats. They are phenomenal vessels. The Papa Wahoo too. That's a sight to see, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the 53 Hatteras. We just got that in December. We finally got the bugs all worked out of it, and it is running fabulous. Um, we decided to do a little something different since we're parked at Well Harbor under Wahoo's restaurant. We wrapped it with a Wahoo print, and it stands out.
Right. I'm trying to get a picture here for them to see now. Sorry for the delay here. No, that's a small picture, but yeah, you'll. I've actually talked to a few people. They said that they've seen it from the street. It's a
Yeah, we
blue
got.
and black. I'm trying to pull it up here. Let me get to your uh Facebook page here, and I'll pull it up for everyone to see.
Yeah, but the Papa Wahoo page, it should be on there.
There it is. That's what you got. Okay, let me pull it up. So you got a Tri-Tunes. Seems like every time I talk to you, you're going out on a sunset. You're going out on a sunset charter with people. So
Yeah, it's
it
been
seems to
nice. A
be a
lot of the
pretty.
people that fish with us, they want to do a sunset cruise afterwards, so it ends up filling the whole day. So it's nice.
Oh, so they go out fishing with you guys, and then they switch over to your pontoon boats, and
Yeah, yep,
they take that out.
yeah. Sometimes it not always the same day, but if they're there for more than one day, usually they end up going out. And then some days we do backcountry one day and we do offshore the other day.
Okay. And now, what are the go-to, I guess, techniques for fishing that you guys do now?
Like I said, it's sailfish season right now. anytime you have a full moon, the wahoo are out. They actually did fish today for wahoo, and they did not get one, which is rare. Around the full moon, we usually get quite a few of them. I'm hearing from other boats there are bluefin tuna in the Keys. Nobody has landed one because no one's prepared for them when they see them. But there's bluefin running around, and I very rarely hear about that. There it is.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're in they're catching them where? Have you heard of the
They're
bluefin
not
tuna
catching
being
them, but they're seeing them, and they're eating the blackfin. When you catch a blackfin, they're eating a blackfin and spooling everybody. But
okay.
2 days ago, there was a boat out of in between Alligator and Tennessee, and they had two swim right by the boat, two big ones. So
Okay.
they saw them just free swimming.
Okay. So let's talk about these two boats. They're not in the same marina as
No,
in the
that
picture.
day we were just putting them together for the picture. So the
Okay.
white boat is the Papawahu, and that is the 55 Hatteras. That is at Three Waters, which used to be Postcard Inn, which used to be Holiday Isle, and we're on the outside docks. And the Papawahu 2 is at Whale Harbor, also on the outside dock. These are actually the two biggest charter boats in Almirada, and probably the most comfortable.
Oh yeah, very comfortable. You have Starlink on there
They
and
both have
everything,
Starlink.
right?
Yep, both have
So
AC. Both have two bathrooms.
excellent for the families that, the mom or dad might need to work. The kids
Yep,
can go out in the back and catch the fish, right?
it happens
Funny
quite a
funny
bit.
you say that. When I met my wife, she was a bartender at, Holiday Isle,
Oh, nice.
turned Postcard in, and then I don't remember exactly when, maybe after the hurricane, was it after Irma that maybe Three Waters took over?
So
Is
yeah,
that
so now it's a Marriott. I don't know if you know it's a Marriott resort. It's a Marriott
okay?
signature resort. The Marriott group bought it. They bought that and Pelican Cove next door, and turned it into just a Marriott signature resort. Probably been about hasn't been that long. I think they might have bought it right after Irma, but it took them a few years to do the changeover.
Right. Yeah, I remember the hurricane, or after Irma. I mean, a lot of the Keys was. I mean, I drove down. There was, just dumps of sand and
So
debris on the sides of the roads for, geez, probably a good 6, 8, 9 months.
miles of refrigerators and freezers that floated on the road too. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, boats.
Yeah.
I'll have to look on my phone. I think I took pictures and sent them to my wife when I saw, sport fish boats
Yeah.
on, like, it looks like they just took an excavator or a bucket loader and just push the boat right out of the middle of the road so people can get down to their house. Yeah, there were some people I've talked to. They had 6, 8 feet of water.
I had 6 feet in my house in Key Largo. I actually lost my my boat I had then. I lost in that storm. It was a 17 Mako, which I've had since I was in high school. It was a great boat, and it
Oh
was on
wow,
the davits, but it didn't make it.
very few people have boats from high school.
Yeah, I won it. It's funny is I won it at Holiday Isle on a raffle my senior year
Oh,
of high school. It was a
really?
yeah
That
yeah.
must have been the party place, huh?
It was the party place. Yes, it definitely was.
Wow. Yeah, no, I heard stories. Let's see, they had the bartender's bash going on. I think I went to the last two, and this was, I think, when Tito's was, like a cheap brand.
Well, they had the pimp and hoe party, which is where I met my wife.
That's that's right. I remember my wife telling me about that. So I didn't attend that, and I guess I guess I didn't really miss anything.
Yeah. No.
But well, I appreciate your time. Your wife's coming on the Bright Line, right? What
Yeah. Yeah.
what causes the delays on that? I thought that was ran by a computer or something. No?
No, it is. I told her I was going to be a few minutes late, and she said, actually, I don't. She just texted me a second ago, and she said she's going to Uber, so I got out of it.
Oh, well,
So I was just
geez,
getting ready. I was actually
you
getting ready
gotta
to leave
give
right
us
now.
the some top secret fishing advice then. If you got out of picking your wife up after not seeing her for a few days.
Yeah. Well, I dropped her off yesterday morning, so it's not long.
Oh,
She's a hardworking girl. She's a professor. So she had to go do
Okay.
some work up there.
Okay.
No, whatever you want to know, go ahead. Let's I'll tell you
Okay.
anything.
Well, I mean, this was the first one, so really,
Yeah.
I just wanted to kind of introduce you, your boats, what you got going on. Um, After talking with you, you guys have also a luxury golf cart rental company,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, we do. A lot
So
of people
talk
rent the
about
golf
that. How
carts.
how does that process
So
work?
we have street legal golf carts, and that we may be selling that company soon. Actually, believe it or not, somebody's just made us a nice offer for it, so we'll see. But we'll keep some of them for our customers. We have 21 street legal golf carts down there,
Okay.
and you can rent them. You can drive them anywhere between the bridges. You can drive on the old road. You don't need a car while you're down there, so which is kind of handy, and it's kind of fun. And
Okay. So people can stay in the hotels and just wake up in the morning and drive
yeah,
your golf cart to
you
the
can get
boat
to
and
breakfast, shopping, everything. Yeah, yeah.
okay, so just between the 2 bridges of Islamorada.
Yeah, any two bridges. We'll drop them off anywhere in the Keys. Actually, it's but they can't cross the bridges. So, as you know, the Keys have the old highway, which is 35 miles an hour. So
Right.
anywhere that you have the old highway, you can drive the golf carts. Key Largo, you can drive in the neighborhoods, obviously, but yeah, anywhere like Almirada and Woodley Key and Plantation Key, between Snake Creek and Tavernier, you can drive them there as well. Um, and then we put a lot of them in there's a lot of rentals in Marathon. We bring down there.
Down in
So
Marathon, huh?
yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
it does very well. It does pretty good. Um,
Okay.
I want to talk about your fishing tournament for a second.
Yes,
So May 16th is the tournament, correct?
that is correct. Yep. Let me pull up this. I was just there talking about that quickly before I wanted to get you on. I saw you were there waiting.
Do you have an idea how many boats can be in it?
Well, we're I mean, we're open to however many boats can be registered for it, right?
Okay.
They just have to be able to, to be fair, be able to make it to the dock of the official scale by boat.
That's my other
Um,
question. So our boat, obviously, wouldn't be doing that. So if someone chartered our boat, we would have to bring it by car. Can you allowed to do that?
uh, I guess we'll have to think about
Because
that.
remember, it's a long run from people from Almirada and
Right,
down a little further.
right.
So that's
Well,
what I was wondering.
I think maybe next year we'll just have to plan one in Almirada as well.
Okay.
Or maybe have like a way station down there as well. I mean,
Yeah.
um,
So fish cannot be transported by vehicle. It's got to be by boat, right?
no, I mean that's just. I mean, I fished tournaments in the past, and you know, I just want to keep it fair,
Okay.
right?
Got it.
Like I want to be like I had someone that contacted me and said, "Hey, my boat's where was their boat? It was somewhere up in Miami." And they're like, "Well, we can make it a captain's party, no problem. That's, 35 minutes away."
Right.
Um and then if we leave and, we catch something good to weigh, we usually go southeast out of, you know, Caesar's Creek anyways, so it's just another, 20-mile run. They're like, "We
Right.
can do it." I'm like, "Yeah. Any you can depart from any channel as long as you can make it to the
To
dock."
weigh in.
Right. I feel like that was fair.
Right.
I mean, I did think long and hard about that. It just kinda keeps the honesty there. Not
And
saying you are not gonna be honest,
no,
right? I mean,
right.
you're
So this is at JD Outdoor Adventures Beach. Where is that exactly?
JD Outdoor, that's mile marker 104, Bayside. So you're gonna go
Bayside,
through yep. So really the main channel there is Adams
Adams,
Cut.
and then
Yep.
if you have a big boat, you would have to
Actually,
come
even
through.
Adams Cut, you're not gonna be able to get through Adams Cut, right?
No, no, no. My boat can't go anywhere near there.
Yeah,
um, no.
you
And
need
any
to
boat with
have
a tower would have to come through. Would
right,
have to come through. Gilbert's over there
right. So you'd have to run,
north.
geez, another 10 miles, 12
Hmm.
miles north.
Actually,
Actually, it's probably not that far.
any boat
It's
that has
probably
a
not
tower.
12 miles, but I mean, it's gotta be at least 10 though.
Yeah,
Maybe at 8 or 10 miles.
yeah.
But, yeah, because that bridge there, I mean, I mean, even, I think I went through there, what was it, on like a 34 or 36 foot, and, we had drop the downriggers and
Yeah,
everything.
got the riggers and everything.
Going
Yeah,
through there.
definitely. It's that bridge is only I think 14 feet or 16 feet, I believe,
Yeah,
in the cut. Yeah,
yeah.
even
So
I can't.
it does limit a lot, but um, Jesus offered the venue for us to host it there and was really eager to help us out. So we were like, yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So I see Solo Pelagic, Sean, how you doing? Sean is the jet ski guy that you see posting in our group.
Okay.
This guy is, I mean, he just shoots around out there on that jet ski. But yeah, there's no weigh-ins Oceanside. It's
Okay.
in it's I guess you have to go Bay, but it's not too far from Adams Cut.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna have entries for so you buy in early entry 345. You have the heaviest 3 mahi aggregate, right? And then we have Calcutta's for heaviest single mahi, heaviest tuna, heaviest wahoo, and then we have another kind of add-on for yellowtail, mutton snapper, and also junior angler and female angler. So
Okay.
that way it's a good balance for everyone, you know. Um, I fish tournaments that the offshore bite's not good, and it's like, hey, let's go. I got a good yellowtail spot, or I got a good mutton snapper spot, right? So let's go over there, you know.
Awesome. Yeah. No, it sounds like yeah. So it's well, I'd like to get in it one of these years. So we do have a bay boat, and if the weather's good and someone wants to rent that boat, we're welcome to do that. We can run that boat through there. So
Well, I mean, you got that. What is that? A 25C hunt?
yeah,
Correct me if I'm
25
wrong.
CMPX. I run that boat to Bimini. It's great in the ocean actually. So it's not a big deal.
Okay.
But if
Okay.
anyone's
Yeah.
looking for a
Well,
boat,
hey, if
we can
anyone
get them
wants
work.
to charter that boat, so how long you been down in Almirada for?
So I moved there in 1976. And I know we'll talk about my dad probably in a later one, but my dad's pretty much fishing royalty, and he pretty much taught me everything I know. Him and Skip Radine, which you will have on the show soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get him dialed in for
And
everyone.
I've always gone, but I've always kept a foothold there. You know, my boat has always been there. I've always had a boat in the Keys my entire life, no matter what. So, and now I kind of split my time between Fort Lauderdale and the Keys, although lately it's been more Keys. So,
Okay.
but probably there 4 to 5 days a week and home 2 or 3 days a week. So,
Yeah, so you live up in Fort Lauderdale
yeah,
area.
yeah,
So I mean, you're putting a lot of miles on.
yeah. Well, I'm like I said, I don't go back and forth every day, so it's not that big of a deal. So,
Right.
but
Right.
and then
But
looks like this month after Friday, I won't be coming back home for about 3 weeks. The way the bookings are looking. So,
okay. So it's starting to pick up then, huh?
oh yeah, March is very busy. Unfortunately, it's very windy right now, but
It is windy. When are we looking for I mean, last year, end of March, it was looking pretty good. I mean, mahi were starting to show up in Key West in the end of
they're
March.
getting mahi now. There's a few running around. If you walk the docks, people that are tuna fishing in the evening, they're getting mahi at the same time. So, not a lot, maybe one or two, maybe one, but you know, it seems like they're the slow trolling for the tuna, out in 200 seems to pick up mahi as well. So they're there, they're already here, and they're all pretty big. So they're
Okay.
last year's fish.
Yeah. So Solo Pelagic Sean here asked, you fish out of Fort Lauderdale, or do you just fish out of the Keys?
I do fish out of Fort Lauderdale occasionally. I do some. I jump on a couple of boats here and there. I mostly do yacht charters out of here. I run yachts, so but most of my fishing is out in the Keys.
Okay. And I think you've told me you take you charter boats up and down the East Coast.
I do transport, yeah, Fort Lauderdale to
Transport.
Long Island.
Okay. About how
So I
long
do.
does that take?
It depends on the boat, but if they want it there fast, I can do it in 6 days if it's a fast boat. Um, but it's a sailboat takes a couple weeks, but
Wow.
I mostly do motor yachts, and they just say just run it, so you run them. So
Okay.
um,
I mean, what's a trip like that? I mean, probably, like myself, I I never took a boat from Florida to Long Island or to the Northeast. What does a
It's
trip like that look like?
it's pretty cool. You leave Fort Lauderdale. If you like, most of the boats I run are between 60 to 90 feet, and you need to do 5 to 6 fuel stops if you're running fast. Your first stop's usually St. Augustine or Ponce Inlet, and then you go to Charleston. Then you go to Morehead City, and then you got to stop in um, Virginia Beach, and then for Virginia Beach, you can reach Montauk if you go slow enough. Overnight. You can overnight it there because there's really no fuel stops between there. So you can do it in 5 stops, but each one of those stops in those big boats is about $7,000 in fuel if you're running hard.
$7,000 in fuel to get it from Fort Lauderdale to Long Island.
Times 5 to 6, yes.
Oh, times 5 to 6.
Yeah, 30
Wow, so you're talking
$30,000.
30 to
Yeah,
$40,000 to transfer or to transport plus captain plus
plus
I
captain and
mean,
one mate. So it's actually two captains because when you're doing overnight, and one person sleeps, one person drives. So if you want to do when you do the overnight, so it's just two.
okay, so you're running them straight. So you're pretty much I mean, that's 6
You're
days running straight.
Yeah, but if you're allowed to stop for weather, you can overnight. I always try to do a couple nights in Charleston if I'm not in a hurry because I like Charleston and there's lots of stuff to do there. And so yeah, that's usually the midway kind of point. So yeah, no, it's a pretty cool trip. I try to do 2 to 3 a year.
Okay. Okay. Well, get in touch with Captain Brian here, Captain Key Largo on Facebook, right?
Yep, yep. Captain
People
Key
know
Largo
you.
or Papa
He
Wahoo.
posts in our Mahi Maniacs, Wahoo Maniacs group quite frequently. He's got some good viewers on his channel. And yeah, so thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Hopefully we can get out there and go fishing sometime on these Hatterases of yours.
I'm ready for you, man. Come on down. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, I'm actually gonna get down there one of these days. Like
At
I
the
said,
same time, I am right.
I met your brother
Yeah,
one time, but you and I just can't link up. Whenever I'm down there, you're either running boats or something.
yeah. There's always something going. We always got me and David are always busy, so we always got something
Right.
going on.
But all right, Cap. Well, appreciate your time. Hopefully we'll have you on again here in another week or two, and hopefully the fishing's picking up.
Okay. Thank you so much, Zach. You guys, everyone have tight lines.
All right.
All right,
Take
bye.
care. Bye.
Hello, can you see me? Or-
I see you now. Hey, Captain Brock, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man?
Hey, yeah, I was trying to add you a little bit earlier, and it kept saying device not removed. So you fish out of Panama Beach City.
Panama City Beach.
Pardon me.
Yo,
Oh
you're
man,
good.
I'm lick deck slick today.
No, no big deal, man. Yeah, sorry, I didn't put into the equation of the time zone change. So I'm
Oh
in,
yeah, that's right. You guys
and
are not. You're
so
in Central, huh?
so I was expecting 7:25. It's actually 6:25 or 6:30, but it ain't no big deal. I'm just sitting around the house. So, but yeah, I fish out of Panama City Beach. I do a lot of surf fishing, a lot of offshore fishing in the bay. I fish everywhere I can.
Right. So you have no relation to the guy that's been on the water 300 days a year, right?
Absolutely not. That did help my business out though, because everybody thought that was me, and then basically this guy threatened to kill me over it, and I made a few videos about it, and it kind of took off. So I got a few followers from it, but everybody that's been with me and knows me obviously knows I'm not of that type of character.
Yeah, right. So I saw you got a decent Wahoo the other day.
Yeah, that was from last October,
Oh,
but
that was from
yeah,
last
up
October. Okay.
yep. Up here the water gets kind of cold right now. You can go out and catch some fish like that, but you have to go, 50 to 100 miles offshore even start finding 72 to 78 degree water where those fish like that like to hang out. Um,
Showing that right now.
yeah, but we were riding out. This was last October, and we were riding out with my buddy Clay there, and he's another charter captain. He don't really charter on that boat, but we do like fishing tournaments and stuff on it. And it was just me, him, and the owner. And I was up in the tower, and I saw a bunch of limbs sticking up out of the water, and I said, "Turn it hard to the right." And we slowed down, and I put some ballyhoo out, and we made two passes and we hooked that wahoo on the first pass, caught it. I, we had 80-pound mono on, and I was really trying to catch mahi, and because we were in about 300 foot of water or so, and I was like, maybe there's some big mahi hanging out. So made the first pass that guy hit. Luckily, he got hooked right underneath the chin where that part of his neck kind of goes up to his mouth. The hook went right through there, so he couldn't cut the line. And
Oh, awesome hookup.
yeah, I reached as far as I could off that corner of the boat I'm sitting on. I was laying on it about even with my waist with a gaff that's 10 foot long, reaching out, trying to gaff it real quick because I knew it was about to get off or pull some crazy shit and try to get away or whatever, you know. Um, I'm sure you know how those wahoo act when you get them around the boat. And I saw it. We thought it was a yellowfin tuna when we first were fighting it because it was just staying 200 foot down deep and it was
Right.
just doing circles. It wasn't even. It was like nothing I've ever fought before. We didn't know what it was.
Yeah, there's really no. I mean, that was a good size one. I mean, there's really no stopping that on its initial run.
Yeah, no,
Especially with 80-pound mono.
Yeah, we're fishing 80. We're fishing basically Tiger 80 wides, and we had like 15 pounds of drag on it at the start, and by the end of the fight, we had it pushed up to like 22 pounds of drag because it was just pulling so much line. It about half dumped to 80 wide when it first
Wow.
hit, and we caught that one in the next pass. I had a blue and white Islander out with a ballyhoo behind it, and it got smoked again very next pass, and we fought it the exact same way as that fish you're seeing right there, and the hook just pulled right next to the boat, but we almost had two that size on the same day. That was an 84 and a half pounder right there,
Yeah,
in that picture.
that's I mean, that's a really nice one. And I mean, for anyone who listens, um, I mean, you can catch big fish on 60, 80-pound mono, right? People, they feel, oh, I need, 80-pound fish. I need 150-pound mono. You don't.
Absolutely not.
It's all in the drag. You just, I still lose sleep some nights. I was fishing down in Marathon with there's this gentleman, Fish Behaving. Maybe you heard of him, maybe you
Yeah,
didn't,
I've
but
heard of that boat down there.
yeah, man, I was fighting it, and I rigged my ballyhoo when I fish in the lower keys with 50-pound mono, and it was a good fight, and then I just felt the pop.
I felt that a lot of times. I know what that's like. That's a
Yeah.
terrible feeling.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was a
the
horrible feeling. But
that's
yeah. So what do you run? I mean, you mostly. I mean, this wahoo fishing. That's not your typical cup of tea up
right.
there in.
I do in the summer times we do like around June 1st. Typically we have a run of like nearshore wahoo, you could say, that come in from the month of May the 15th to June the 30th. It just kind of varies in between what time they're going to show up, but we catch them that can be 50 pounds plus that are 2 or 3 miles outside of the pass when the bait gets there. um and you really just got to fish for them. Up here you're fishing that 75 foot of water, so you feel kind of stupid wahoo fishing 75 foot of water, but if you put the time in and do it the right way, you'll get some good fish like that around our pass, St. Andrews Pass here in Panama City Beach. But
Okay.
you can catch them all the way, out to the fads, which are 85 miles from the pass of Panama City Beach and 65 from Destin. But I mean, my typical charters, everybody wants to go catch red snapper and grouper and amberjack or whatever. which we have a lot of in state waters. I'm a state waters guide, so I stay within 9 point whatever it is miles from shore, and uh, just fish there. I can go out farther and troll with charters, but I can't bottom fish out there out deeper.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, that's good to know. I never knew the difference between that.
Yep.
So yeah, I see a lot of your board catch pics there on your Facebook. Let me see if I can pull some of these things up. Yeah, I mean, you're always filling up boards, and I know you like to stir the pot a little bit, huh?
I love it.
You love to,
Probably some South Florida guys watching on here, and if they met me in person, we'd probably be best friends or really good friends. But on the way this day and age is, on Facebook, a lot of the times I'm just joking or trying to, the way Facebook and unfortunately social media and everything works is like you got to draw the attention of the crowd you're trying to attract. And with
right.
me, my videos suck. Like as far as me editing the videos, like I'm not a video creator. I'm a
You're a
I'm a charter
fisherman.
fi- I'm a
Yeah,
charter fisherman, and
right.
I like making money on Facebook. And I don't use any other booking apps or anything to get my charters. All I do is with word of mouth, Facebook, and repeat business. I don't use Fishing Booker. I don't use any of that Chinese based crap over there. I'm all organic, so the more followers I get, the more people see my page. And when
Right.
they Panama City Beach, Destin, 38, those are popular areas for these people that are coming down to vacation from the upper states to come down and book a charter. So I'm trying to collect on that crowd, and sometimes I ruffle some feathers with my comments about the little mahi that are the best eating.
Right.
We have
It's like the veal. It's the veal of the mahi, right?
right, yeah. I
Which
mean,
they're
yeah,
legal.
exactly.
Which they're legal where you're at, right? I mean,
Right.
that's a legal catch.
Completely. You can, I mean, unfortunately, I wish we did have a size limit on Mahi because on charters, like everybody wants to keep everything. And I got to tell these people, like, look, there's not any meat on a 10-inch Mahi. When they start getting
Right.
15 to 20 inches, if it's a slow day, I'll throw a couple in the box or whatever. But I like to keep them, usually if they're over like 20 inches to the tip of the tail total length. I don't go like to the fork like you guys down south do, but I
Yeah,
try to,
we have to. You get stopped with the 20-inch total length, which there's people that confuse it, right? I mean, there's
right,
people that they've and usually FWC is if you don't have a history, they're patient with it. From what I've heard, I've never had that run in,
right,
but the misunderstanding of fork length versus the the total length, right? But
right,
yeah, man, I always get a kick out of it. They're legal fish. People pay money for charters. They're
right.
from Minnesota. They want to walk away with some meat, right?
Yeah, and I understand that for sure. Yeah, but I mean, some people that and I'm definitely guilty of it. I've kept 30 or 40 in a half a day trip too, so I can't really talk. But it's like now that I've been doing charters now for 3 or 4 years, and really now that I've gotten like a little bit more mature, I guess you could say, it's like now I'm like, all right, I don't want to clean 40 of these little mahi. I want
Right.
that's the I do care about the population of them and stuff, and it's like I don't understand the lawmaking aspect of it. Like, what makes these mahi up here different than y'all's? Why are ours not 20-inch to the fork as well? Because I mean, if they did that for 2 years, I mean, we might have some bigger fish hanging around, and I'm all for that.
I think I think it might be just the way that the mahi move, and also I think
Right.
you guys have what's called you get a lot of what's called pompano mahi.
Yeah, we do catch a lot of those. I mean, usually one out of every 10 we catch is at least a pompano mahi. Like a lot of those we catch
Okay.
have a rounder. I don't know the intricacies of identifying them. I do know pompano mahi are more like beeliner shape than
Right.
or vermilion snapper shape than I don't know what y'all call them down
It's
there.
it's
We
got a
call them
weird it's
four
got a
different.
weird look
Yeah.
to them, you know? I mean, they're not as common over for us on the East Coast, but every now and then, I mean, especially around now, you'll see people catching them.
Right.
It's funny, we got, Sean here, Solo Pelagic, he's watching from YouTube. He says, "Ha ha, my buddies mess around and say we caught a Pompano Brock mahi."
I love it. Yeah, keep saying that. Make sure you tell all your friends. That's
But
hilarious. Well, I'm glad there's someone out there that sees my sarcasm.
yeah, I mean, most of us do, you know. I mean, a lot of us are concerned with the mahi fishing, but hey, just I appreciate you getting on, Cap. I'm gonna move
No
on
problem, man.
to the next guy here,
Sounds
and
good, dude.
it was great talking with you.
All right,
He says
sounds good.
the Wahoo runs here in May, so give Pompano Brock a message and get booked up with him.
Let's
Yep.
go.
I appreciate your time, Cap.
All right, thank you, man. Have a good one.
Take care, bud.
All right, see ya.
Captain Sergio Martinez, how you doing, bud?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
For some reason, audio is cutting out.
Okay. How about now?
Let me go out and come back in real
Okay.
quick.
Give that a try. I was just on and it was working. If not, I'll go on to the next one.
All right, give me a
He probably
second.
let me send him a text. I'll give Captain Sergio another minute here to try with the audio. How do you hear?
I can hear you now.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Captain Sergio, welcome to the Maniacs podcast. This is our first of the regular ones. So
Thank you.
you're a freshwater guy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Little
sir.
different than what we've had. So I want to bring in a little bit of everyone to
Okay.
talk on here. Um,
Appreciate it.
what's your favorite thing to catch? Largemouth or peacock?
Uh, I mean, I grew up catching largemouth, so that's my bread and butter. That's what we always go back to. I mean, peacock's nice; they fight harder, but largemouth is always going to be my favorite.
Man, I still remember the first peacock bass that I hooked into after hearing stories.
Hmm.
This was probably, oh, I don't know, 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, right? I mean, I did offshore fishing before that, saltwater yellowtail, things like that. And a friend of mine introduced me to a place with peacock bass. And it was only a 2 pounder, but the thing felt like a 5 or 6 pound largemouth.
Yeah, they definitely yeah, they definitely pull a lot harder. Just the way their body is shaped, it's almost like a plate. When they turn, they tug real hard.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
So the
that's
other day, you and I were talking. You were out
Mhm.
actually on a charter.
Yes, sir.
Um, how'd you do? Where were you fishing?
Um,
You were in Miami area.
yeah, so peacock bass with these cold snaps have taken a giant hit. Um, it's been rough. I usually for my charters to try to ensure they have the best time, I'll go out and pre-fish and it's been rough, especially Everglades and up north they took a pretty big hit. So right now with the warmer weather, they're coming back, and I've hit the urban canals. I've gone through the city canals, and they're actually coming back. I've actually seen them on beds already. Um, and I want to say with the charter I took out the other day, we caught over 40 peacock bass.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I think I saw one of them. It had
Mhm.
a nice, what do you call it on the head? The
The
bump
hump.
area
Yeah, the hump.
is the hump.
So that hump is usually it's for males. Um and when they're spawning and starting to spawn, you'll see it just really light up, and all their colors get super bright, and it's really nice. And when they're spawning is probably the best time to catch them because they're so aggressive. So
Okay,
aggressive.
here,
I mean,
let me
mhm,
share this with the world here.
mhm.
Where is it here? Here we go. That was what you got. the other day,
Yep.
right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
is that hump right there that you see kind of between the fin there and the eyes.
Yes, sir.
So that occurs when they're spawning then.
Well, males in general just have them.
Okay, so they just
Yeah.
have them.
Yeah, males in general usually just have that hump. It's just,
Okay.
when they're spawning, they're just everything's brighter on them. It's more it I guess sticks out more as you can see.
Okay.
But
Okay.
they're awesome fish to catch. You can catch them different ways.
And about how big is that one there?
He wasn't too big. He's about 2 pounds, two and a
Yeah,
half, something like that. But I mean,
that was about the
they
size
get
that I got. It was
yeah.
like that, but man, it fought like a 5-pound bass with a belly.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely fight very, very hard, and
Yeah.
they're super aggressive. I mean, it's incredible. He caught that on fly actually.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. He wanted to try fly. I mean, the weather wasn't all that great. The wind's been crazy, so I took him through the canals, and it's a little harder with fly in the canals because on that back end, when you're coming
Right.
back with the fly, you'll catch pretty much everything behind you
Okay.
because it's really narrow canals. But if you start roll casting and you're able to get it there, man, these things still hit
That's
top
where
water.
you that's where you I think I remember from my trout fly fishing days, you just kind of have the line there and you just kind of roll it like you
Exactly,
just
you kind
roll the
of roll
rod,
it.
right? Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, but what
But
weight
you'll
rod
have
do
a
you
blast.
use like fly
Uh,
wise for that?
I use an 8 weight.
Okay.
Yeah, I use an 8 weight with it sounds funny, but with 20-pound fluorocarbon in the as a leader.
Okay.
And people are like, man, that's pretty heavy, but I'm throwing that thing into the lily pads. I'm throwing it right on the bank. So,
Right. And
you'll get stuck a
if you
lot of
hook it, you
times.
want to
And
land it.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I want to secure that for the customer.
man,
But I mean, for peacock bass, at the end of the day, live bait is king. Shiners is the way to go.
right.
If you want a challenge, yeah. Mhm.
And what do you do with the shiners? I mean, you kind of spot them
Yeah,
spawning.
yeah. So with spawning, when they're spawning, it's actually you can use pretty much anything. You can use a bucktail jig. I've thrown just a hook in there and they've hit it if you put it on the bed. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
But with a shiner, normally you want to throw it near the bed. You don't want to like throw it right on top of it, obviously. You throw it near it, and they'll just really attack it. But shiners in general, they do all the work for you, especially for like customers that really don't know how to fish and they're just there. They want to catch something. You want
Right.
to guarantee them a fish. So with shiners, you can even blind cast. The peacock will hang off the shelves, off the drop offs, and you just let the shiner do its work, and most of the time you'll hook something. I mean, obviously you got to know where they're at, but once you fish these canals long enough, you know where they're hanging out.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Cap, I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Local Sticks. It's STIX
Yes,
charters.
sir. Local
I
sticks
got a
outdoor charters.
Bay
Yep.
and Tynes here. He says best freshwater charter in the game right there.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah,
So,
it's fun, man. I mean, we have a lot of options for you if you want to do spinning, bait casting, and fly. And eventually I'm going to incorporate hunting and everything into the company.
all right. Well, hopefully I'll get out there with you one of these days, and we'll hook into some peacocks
Absolutely.
or
Whenever you
largemouth
want, you
or.
hit me up and we'll set it up.
All
We'll get
right,
you out
cool.
there.
And
All right,
everyone,
brother.
if you want to learn how to catch some peacocks, some largemouth, say you're a saltwater guy, you want to learn the freshwater side, get in touch with Captain Sergio. It's Local Sticks Charter is his company. So, hey, Cap, I appreciate your time,
Thank you
and
for having me.
we'll see you next time. Right?
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Absolutely. Take care. Bye.
Hey, Zach.
Captain Chris,
How are you?
what's going on, bud? How you doing?
Oh, doing all right. Can't complain. Been working on the boats, getting that stuff
Yeah.
done. Got another
So
charge Saturday. What's happening?
you own a couple boats,
Correct.
just a couple.
Yeah, just a
But
handful.
let's see here. To be more specific, 3.
Well, we just added
And
four.
What's that?
We just added a fourth we're putting together now. We got a 26-foot inboard Lewis Brothers that we're repowering and fixing up just as we speak. I ran inside to meet with you tonight, but we're getting her ready for mackerel fishing.
Man, I don't talk to you for a couple days and you buy another boat.
It happens. It happens. I need something to do here.
Let's start on the right side over here. I know that looks like a small boat compared to your other two boats, but let's talk about that. I mean, the first thing when you sent me a picture of that back, what was it, last year when you got it? I was like, man, that flare, that thing's got a flare.
Yeah, sure enough. The two big ones do. The 47 is a Buddy Harris, and that boat's named Addiction for obvious reasons. And that's the one that got us to come down here and start this venture, and it's worked out real well for us. The boat is handles as good as any boat does in its class. And then last year we were able to pick up Freedom, the 60-foot Sportsman, and that boat is just phenomenal. And we've been working on the pair of them, trying to get them up to our expectations, and they've been out fishing every week, and yeah, things are looking good.
Yeah, we've done a couple Mahi Maniacs split charters on there, and I hope to do more of them. Come here another month or two, we'll have to start planning that out. But I mean, I've fished on both the 47 and the 60-foot, and I mean they're both phenomenal boats. First time fishing with Captain Gill, which was a phenomenal captain, rest in peace. And you know, hard shoes to fill there, but think about him every day. But now you did most of your fishing up in the Northeast, right?
Correct. I cut my teeth in Ocean City, Maryland, pretty much. But when I got bit by the bug, I started to travel as far as Costa Rica and up north to New York.
Okay, and I guess for people that never really fished up there, what is the difference between fishing out of Ocean City, Maryland, and say Fort Pierce?
Well, fishing out of Ocean City, you're running, you got to run 30 miles to 90 miles, depending where you're going. But primarily we run 50 to 70 miles, depending which canyon we want to run to. That's the biggest difference. And then the other big difference is the size of the fish. The caliber of the fish are much bigger. We have better shots at marlin. Any billfish, with the exception of the sailfish, is more prevalent up there. Now, it's not to say, shockingly, I had a blue marlin in the baits in I guess it was the fall, and down here in Fort Pierce. But the fishing in Fort Pierce is much better in the fact is the people, we always get into something, and it's nice to be able to offer them bottom fishing as well as the troll. And that's the big thing that I've noticed is the big difference is having the ability to offer a plethora of different fish and come home.
Oh yeah, I mean, geez, 50 foot of water, you can start trolling there and catch everything from sailfish to mahi to bonita to, kings.
Yeah, it's everything. Crazy. We had a trip yesterday. We got 2 mahi and caught some bonita and got 5 kings. And in fact, before I came on with you, I was eating some smoked fish dip. So that's always a bonus, It's
a perk of the job,
Exactly. Saturday, I think it was, we went out and we got 2 nice bulls, ended up with 3 mahi, and the sailfish bite is really turned on here a little bit north, and they're in about 140 foot of water. So,
okay.
That's the nice thing is we can travel, we can start in 50 foot, like you said, and we're down into couple 100 feet, and then we're not too much further, we're into deep drop territory. So that's what we're going to offer this weekend. We got a couple trips, and we're going to start to do some deep drop, and now tile fish season's in, and add that.
And it's excellent. You have pretty much If people want to go out on a center console, you have that option all the way up to a 60-foot. If the seas are a little rough, or in the summertime, you don't really like the heat, you got a nice air conditioned cabin, bathroom. You're not having to hang it over the side, you know?
Yeah, we're truly blessed. I mean, to be able to come down here and do this and still be in a shape to be able to go out and fish or take care of the boats is primarily my job in all this. Captain Mason and our main mate Kyle, and I have another captain and mate Chad and JJ, and I pick up whoever I have to in between that I use on occasion. But man, I tell you, these guys are born and bred down here, and the joy that they get, or the lack of when they, have a slow day, is just from the heart. Not, to have a crew that we have put together. Vicky handles all the advertising and the billing and things like that, and basically I'm just a support mechanism. Chad, JJ, and Mason and Kyle and Mason typically are on the 47 or the 60. These guys just fish their hearts out, and when something's not going the way it should, or the bite is slow, we move on to something else, and it really offers the customer a better shot at coming home with a memory. Most importantly, the kids.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Is, I mean, I've been on charters where they're just kind of trolling the baits, right? And then really you have to be on a bad charter to recognize a good charter, right? If you go on the bad charter at first, you just think, oh, wow, well, I guess this is fishing, right? But once you go on a good charter and you see the mates are always changing out baits or changing up techniques, they're like, hey, trolling's not working. Let's go do some, hey, let's go do some drifts over a, reef area, or we'll try for some snapper, And when I went out with you guys on the Freedom, the 60-foot Sportsman, that's what we did. The trolling bite wasn't that good, and they were like, hey, let's shake it up, and tied up some drop rigs with a couple hooks on there, and we were catching mangroves, or was it mangroves? Yeah, mangroves. We were catching some, a bunch of snapper and everything. It was great.
Yeah, we've really had some shots at some big cobia, and just the whole experience down here is very pleasurable. The people are very welcoming. The charter guests are, a lot of them are newbies, and with the bigger boats, we have the ability to bring out the, we've had clients as old as 96 years old. And it's nice that they're comfortable. That's the main thing. Everybody's comfortable. They feel safe. And obviously in the summertime, we've got the air conditioning, but it's just the ride of the boat is just more comfortable. And center console fishing is great. We can offer 2 to 3 people on those trips and stay near shore, or we can offer up to 6 people on the large ones, and it works out really well for us.
Yeah, I just got a text message. Someone's asking, what kind of boat is that yellow boat?
That's a Buddy Kennedy. It's a Carolina builder. It's a plank on frame. Oh, yeah, that was plank on frame. Yeah.
Okay.
Kennedy. He was a captain down in North Carolina, as is a lot of these boats. I could bore you to death on all 3 of those boats, but Buddy Kennedy started building boats in the winter, and he's built them. Gosh, I know he's built a 54. I don't know what he's built bigger, but the ride of these boats is the reason why you put up with the additional maintenance. It's because they are composite and they're epoxy fiberglass over wood. There is a maintenance demand on them. If you get a spot that's starting to show through, you got to address it. That boat's been kind of special. We put a spot lock trolling motor on it, so from a captain's standpoint, we don't have to worry about if the wind shifts or the tide shifts, we have to move. We just spot lock it, and we're able to do what we have to do, and it's been a really nice addition.
Yeah, that's, I mean, the entry of that, the sharp entry. I mean, it looks like cutting butter with a hot knife.
Yeah, all these boats come from a heritage, you know. Buddy Harris, the one in the middle, the addiction. That's the one that started it all. That's how I met Gil. And you know, he was walking the docks, being the boat lizard, and I was there just fixing some things, getting ready to make the trip north, and we just hit it off real well. And to have the pleasure of knowing him and becoming such good friends was just phenomenal. You know, it was a shift change, but all these boats have deep entry. They ride on top of the water instead of through it. The Sportsman, anybody that knows anything about Carolina boats, you know, that's a holy grail right there. That was the second to last haul that Sportsman made, and it was finished off by a gentleman named Daughtry and Robin Smith. So it's a lot of work, you know, but it's rewarding. These kids come back in off some of these trips, and just, you know, the fact that they're able to get into larger fish, and it just makes their day. I mean, we just got some pictures. If you go on our websites, there's pictures of kids on there. Just, you know, to me, it makes it all worth it, you know.
Yeah, that's what keeps me going. You know, I'm hosting the first tournament in May. Not sure if you saw that, but kind of one thing that I really want to focus on is tagging and, you know, the next generation of fishing, you know, because I have 3 daughters, and, you know, I want to make sure they can fish and they can catch mahi, because, I mean, the mahi is one of the most beautiful fish out there.
Absolutely.
You know, you ask anyone, hey, what's the most beautiful fish out there? It's usually a marlin, sailfish, or a mahi. That's three of the
they
fish
light
they're
up
gonna
like
say.
a tree. So
Probably
where
one
is
of the
the
most famous fish as well, you know.
for sure? Where is the tournament at?
The tournament's going to be in Key Largo. Here, I'll pull this up. So this, I just announced it maybe 2 days ago. Excellent feedback. I have people reaching out to sponsor. We're going to have a raffle going on. 100% of what we sell in raffle tickets will be donated to the Dolphin Fish Research Program. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great time. It's going to be hosted at JD Outdoor Adventures, mile marker 104. He has a beach there. We're going to have a captain's beach party, and then, you know, it's going to be a good time.
Nice, good deal. Well, we'll check off the dates in our calendar and try to get down that way. That'd be a good break.
Yeah, come on down. It'd be nice to have you. So, well, Captain Chris, great having you on here. Addiction Sport Fishing, Freedom Sport Fishing, and Cold Justice. People are liking that yellow boat.
Yeah, sure enough.
You don't see many of them down here.
No, well, the problem is it costs almost as much to build that as it does a 36 footer. So you don't see many of them. It's more of a pet project. But yeah, sure enough, check us out. Check out our websites. We're doing Bahama trips now. So
that's awesome.
Over May, and I got one in June, and then we got one scheduled in the fall. So yeah, those are going to be quite a ticket there. We've been waiting to do it and trying to let everything settle down with what's going on over there. So I appreciate you having us.
Hopefully head on over there, get booked up with Captain Chris and the crew, and hopefully we'll have you on here again soon and talk again.
Sounds good. You take care.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Captain Josh.
What's going on, man?
Welcome to the Maniacs podcast. Long overdue. Didn't know how to start it, but here we are.
There you go. Rock and roll.
So you run Southern Sun Charters, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You fish out of Marathon, beautiful Marathon, Florida. I just fished with you. What was it? A week and a half ago?
Yeah.
We went out with a good buddy of yours. It was a tough bite that day.
It was.
We were trying for wahoo, and that elusive wahoo just didn't want to play the game.
That's why they call it elusive.
It didn't like our bag of tricks.
No, it didn't. But that's part of it. They call it fishing, right? Not catching.
Yep. So Captain Josh is booking charters now for mahi. He loves mahi fishing. Getting some reports of mahi in the Keys now. Not plentiful, but they're being caught down there. So down in Marathon, you guys have the Marathon humps, right? Which
Yep.
is pretty famous. Whenever you go out fishing, you pretty much see, I like to call it a gaggle of boats out there,
Oh, yeah.
trying their luck, being in the right place, the right time, and the right bag of tricks, dropping down or jigging or whatever, right?
Right.
So, well, let's talk here, springtime. Hopefully it's like last year. Hopefully I mean, middle to end of May, I was seeing reports of some nice bulls being caught out there.
Last year, the bite was phenomenal. My first mate had a thing for measuring the mahi, and our average mahi was 28 to 30 inches. It was a
Wow.
phenomenal bite. My first mahi was, I think, March 26th, and it just blew up from there. It never really has settled. It seemed like this year with the weather and the winds, they hung out, and hopefully we've had a mild winter this winter. The winds have been pretty good this winter, and we're heading into spring. The winds will bring in the currents and the seas and weed lines, and I'm looking for it to continue.
Right. Yeah. So maybe there's people that are going to watch that live up in like North Carolina, or you cut your teeth up in Jacksonville area, right? Offshore
I did.
fishing.
Yeah.
So talk about the differences, and let me pull up some of these heyday pictures of you back in the day up in Jacksonville, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's some good fishing up there.
Yeah. The if you're wahoo fishing, that was an epic day right there. The that day right there was epic. We caught four, and it was literally back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and those wahoo. That was a fun day. I cut my teeth over 10 years ago. The run out of Jacksonville, man, 60 miles one way one way, so 120 miles round trip plus you're trolling, and the boat behind you is what I'm running now. It's a 24 Sea Chaser. I know that boat like the back of my hand, and it's battle tested. I know what I can handle. I know what I can't handle, and I know what people like, and you know, um, I've had my ass kicked in that boat many days. So coming down here to the Keys is awesome.
Yeah, it's like so fishing up in Jacksonville. I mean, you guys are running up northeast. I mean,
Yep.
like off the coast of Georgia, South Carolina. I mean,
Yep.
you guys are running
The
ladders and
R4 tower, R5 tower, R2 tower as you go north. Those are Navy communication towers, and running out of Mayport, the guys with the trips and the quads, they'll run up there and catch the 110, 120-pound wahoo in a day, come back home.
right. Yeah, I mean that's a 100-mile run one way. No,
Yep.
wow. I mean
Yeah.
just fuel alone. I mean
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you're
Oh, yeah.
burning with quads. You're burning a right 0.8 gallons a mile, or no,
Yeah.
0.8 miles per whatever gallon, right, of fuel. Talk about this yellowfin you got here.
So the yellowfin was an afterthought of what happened to me this summer. I was working a bird NATO off a Marathon, see the birds, You stop for the mahi. And so, as I said, that's an afterthought of what I encountered. We were trolling, and I seen the boil, and all of a sudden, one of my 25s went off, and I looked at the rod, I looked at the reel, and there was a, I don't know, 13, 14-year-old kid on the reel, and my first mate literally is deadliest catching the wahoo, the fish, right? Pulling it up step by step by step. And I watched the kid, and the dad was standing beside me, he was super cool guy. I said, "Why are you moving?" And he said, "Because when that rod breaks, I don't want to get slapped in the face." I was like, "Okay, good point."
Oh,
And so we lost whatever was on the end of it, but comparatively speaking, when I went to Louisiana and I caught that yellowfin, it was the same fight.
right.
There was no difference.
Yeah,
So when
they
you're
like to
working
stay
the
deep, right?
huh?
They like to stay deep.
Yeah. Uh, Whatever I hooked did the tuna death circle around and around and around, and it wasn't a rod or reel failure; it was a knot failure, and you know it is what it is. But the clients really enjoyed the fight, and
Yeah, well,
everybody
yeah.
got
I
excited.
mean,
So
and anything that gets your blood pumping, it's definitely gets you up and gets you moving. And I mean, geez, I was trying to pull up a picture of a mahi that I got last summer when I was down in Marathon, which was the last time I was fishing. Down in Marathon. Let me see here. Oh, I got it right here. Let's see if I can pull it up. Um, let's see here. Maybe I can't. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Let's try this here. There we go. Caught that
there
bad
you
boy.
go. Yeah,
Nothing crazy, but
that's a lot of meat.
it made a bunch of sandwiches and tacos.
That's right.
That was out fishing with Fish Behavin'. He invited me down. He rented a place down there on the canal. Great people. Went out with his son, his father. Um, Good people, nice. And we lost the bull that was with it, and it was larger than that one. And it still keeps me up and still
So
I still think about it.
mahi of that size, they'll travel like you said, a bull and a cow. Um, the best bet would be and it happens all the time, is you're trolling and you get the bar jacks. I've had bar jacks, when you troll past the weeds or the junk or whatever you find in the water, and then you throw that bar jack out right behind the boat as you're reeling in, whether you got the bull or 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the cow with the bull sitting down and sitting back, just like deer hunting. The buck's going to watch the does and he's going to hang back. The same way with the dolphin. So you get the cow, and then as soon as you see it's a really good cow, and you got that bar jack, just throw that bar jack back out or any live bait that you got, let him float, and that bull will come up and hit it.
Right. Yeah,
So
we lost that. We ended up hooking the bull, and it again. I think it was a line failure. It was only 50-pound mono. And we were a little heavy on the drag, so mistake. You
you
learn
gotta you
from it.
gotta you gotta pay attention to that drag.
Always check the drag.
Always, dude. And having clients on board, the first thing they want to do when they hear that reel screaming is hit that drag, and you got to say, no, you can't touch the drag. Just let me battle the fish with the boat.
Right. Yeah, it's
Let the
not
drag do its job.
It's not bass fishing with 20-pound braid catching a 4-pound
No,
fish.
no,
Where
bro.
you,
This is God's ocean. We're not bass
yep.
fishing. We're not from Minnesota, or you're from Minnesota. I realize all that, and no, you know,
I'm
I've
I'm not from Minnesota.
I know you're not, but I've heard the story thousands of times. We're from Lake Michigan. We've seen rough water, and you get them out there, and
They're throwing up
2 minutes later they're throwing up, bro. And you're
now.
like, well,
Now, Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, they do get rough, right? So if you're
right.
listening from there, you're watching after the fact from there. We're not knocking to that, but it's few and far between. It's not the ocean,
No, it's not. It's not God's ocean,
you know.
and it's a different animal. Um,
Which I went up to. We were where were we? Minnesota, and I went up there, and man, I it was the first time in a while I saw the Great Lake, and we were coming down the hill. Man, it literally looked like an ocean out there. I mean, left to right, you look, you saw no land. It was actually eye opening. It really can be the ocean out there, and maybe that's why there's a lot of people that do run into issues out there because they think they have the attitude, oh, it's a lake, I'll just drift to the shore, right? Eventually, but it's not that case.
yeah.
But
I think we're going to have a good mahi season. When you're mahi fishing, man, you always got a chance at a wahoo. I've caught wahoo in 800 foot of water. Um, you work a birdnado, weeds and whatever, man. There may be a yellowfin sitting under all that stuff. I've caught blue marlin. I've had blue marlin beside me on the reef and 250 foot of water. I mean, I've seen him, and you never know. It's
I
just
just had Captain Brian on with the Papa Wahoo. He said
yeah, I've seen that.
he's got reports that people were seeing bluefin tuna out there.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's impressive. I mean, I guess that's why they call us the sport fish capital of the world. You
Yep.
catch, phenomenal reef fishing. I mean, the ledge out there is amazing to fish. You never know what you're gonna get there, from kings to wahoo to, I mean, geez, now people are out there catching big bull mahis, kite fishing for sailfish.
The
that's how a lot of them are caught now, I guess.
the shallowest I caught a mahi this year was 55 foot of water.
55 foot of water.
I was following a frigate.
There you go.
So,
And at what
I
point
use.
were you like, you know what? I'm gonna keep following this frigate.
I've seen him circling,
Yeah.
and that was it. Yeah, that was
Most
it.
people, including myself, would have been, he's searching,
No, he's circling.
Yeah.
So I followed him. I use your Valley lures. They're
Right.
awesome. They put a great smoke trail behind the Ballyhoo. Your black and purple lure down here in the Keys, it's money in the bank, and that goes for squid skirts or islanders. Red and black work good down here. I don't know why. So out of Northeast Florida is blue and white. I mean, that's what you went to. Down here, it's darker colors. And I just I use your lures, and I put fillers out there when I start the trip, and then I figure out what they're hitting, and then that's what we run: pink and white, black and purple, black and red. It just seems to work down here.
I left you a couple of those new ones with the wings there, your favorite black and purple color, and also the new blue silver sparkle.
Yep. It's
So,
going to work. I mean,
Yep.
just get them. I think, man, the water temperature is about 78 already. They're gonna
Right.
they're gonna start showing up, and me and you talked about it, dude.
Right.
Mid-March, I mean, we're going to be at mid-March next week.
And the
So,
next week we're there. So
yeah.
I mean, really, what are the conditions that we're kind of looking for to really kind of start getting the, because they're pretty much migrating, right? The mahi, they're going
Right.
to start migrating north. So we need the warm days, right? We need bait. We need east winds, right?
I like south winds down here.
Right. Down in Marathon, you want south winds, right? Right. For us up
So,
here, if east winds we want, but down there in
right.
Marathon, you're right. You want south winds.
South winds bring in the warm water and the blue water.
Right.
If it's west winds, west is best to rest.
There you go. But if you got a charter, you got to perform though.
That's right. I mean, I've done it. Yeah.
If they're going out with you, I mean, you're not gonna be like, hey guys, let's rest. It's west winds. You got to get out there.
No.
You got to catch the fish, right?
Yeah, we're gonna go fishing. So,
and
I
you
like
work hard.
And yes, I like. I don't like lake days. If you go out there and it's a lake, yes, it's beautiful water. Yes, it's an easy ride. Yes, it's magical. Lake days are hard days. Fish can see better, and it's hard to me. It's hard fishing. I like chop on the water. I like battling through the weeds, and I hate weeds. Like I hate it. But the weeds I've caught, yes, I've caught more mahi and scattered weeds, and they don't necessarily hang out underneath the weeds. They hang out around the weeds. And I've literally seen develop before my eyes. 1 bird, 2 bird, 3 birds, 7 birds, frigate, and you say, okay, these weeds are worth it. It's just the way you fish down here.
Right. Which,
so
it's a blessing and a curse, right?
Correct.
There's places that would love the structure, the weed lines, I mean, geez, all you pray for in the morning before you go out is sometimes a floating, palm tree trunk.
There you go. Floating
been out there for a month or two,
a floating whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the summer, I like deep dropping. I've got a spot lock on the boat. So do your drift, catch 1 or 2, mark the spot, go back up, deep drop. Deep dropping's fun to me. It's boring to a lot of people. It's the technicality with it that I like.
Right. Finding the right spot and setting up the right drift.
Yeah. And, paying attention to that rod tip and, hitting the button, drinking beer, let the clients drink the beer, and then say, oh, we got fish on the other end of the line,
Yeah.
So
see the rod tip shake.
Yep.
And then you reel them up.
Reel them up. It's that simple. And the meat is so good. It's cold water, pure white meat, very minimal. They don't even really taste unless you season it. It's black-bellied rosies, tilefish, grouper, whatever. I mean, it's such good quality meat.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting out there with you, doing some of that deep dropping. Hopefully other people are as well.
Yeah.
Let's start wrapping this up. Southern Sun Charters, Captain Josh. You might know him maybe from the Ledge Report. He runs the Ledge Report. I need some water. The Ledge Report Facebook group. Really appreciate your time.
Absolutely, man.
And hopefully the next time we talk on here live will be a good report of some fish being caught, right?
There you go, buddy.
I think another week or two, we're gonna, I think that was our last cold front. This last, the blood moon we had. I think the waters are gonna start warming up for us here.
Oh yeah, they're gonna warm up.
All right, Cap. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
All right. Take care, bud.
All right, bud. Bye.
Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in to my first Maniacs podcast and fishing report. Um, it's March. The fishing should be picking up here soon. The sailfish bite out there, as we is phenomenal. And last year, I mean, make sure you follow the Mahi Maniacs fishing group. It's Mahi Maniacs, right? So we all have a passion for mahi fishing, but people report everything, right? We don't want routine reports of every kind of catch, but hey, if you have a good day on the water, share it with everyone. We enjoy it. Um, Make sure you sign up or, pardon me, check out our inaugural 2026 Mahi Maniacs Fishing Tournament hosted by JD Outdoor Adventures, mile marker 104, Beach and Marina. Go to mahimaniacs.com and click tournament. And from there, you can read more about the tournament and sign up. We are working in partnership with the Dolphin Fish Research Program. My goal with this tournament is to have 15 to 30 boats that tag mahi. Now, you still catch your large fish, but if you catch, say, a 16-inch mahi, you can't keep it. You have a tag that we're going to provide for you. And at the captain's meeting, we will teach you how to tag fish and also what to do when you catch a tagged fish. I met someone that um, caught a fish with the tag and they didn't know what to do. They ended up throwing the tag in the garbage after they filleted the fish. So if you see a little wire sticking out of the mahi, that's a tag. There should be a phone number, a tag number on the side, or a website on there. Make sure you go to that website or call the number, report the catch. What you got to do is you need to measure the length, take the weight if you can, remember the coordinates where you caught it on your chart plotter, and report it to the appropriate or the instructions on the tag there, the phone number or a website. And again, we are going to be working with the Dolphin Fish Research Program to supply a few boats with tagging kits. And as a bonus, we're going to have an additional prize and drawing for those that tag. So the tags will have a number on it, and that number will enter into a drawing, and we'll have additional prizes that you'll win by tagging. So not many tournaments you fish in do you get prizes for catching undersized or small fish. But as an incentive, we want to reward people for tagging and the safe release of mahi. So I appreciate you all for tuning in. Um, Check us out, mahimaniacs.com. We have phenomenal offshore lures and also retail dozens of brands of tackle at paradisetackle.com. If you're interested in our lures, you can go to mahimaniacs.com and you can see where to buy. We also have recommended charters, trusted charters, link on our website that you can go and we take the guesswork out of it for you. It's people we know like Captain Josh, Captain Brian, Captain Sergio, all these trusted charters that we have on here. They're on there. Phenomenal people. They're not going to take your money. They're going to make sure you have a good time on the water. And remember, it's fishing. Okay, it's fishing. It's not called catching for a reason. So get out on the water, go fish, and just enjoy your life. So thanks for tuning in. Take care, and we'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.